Okay, as you can see, this is the way it printed, and it's going to cut around this, and it's going to cut around that, and we're going to go back. This didn't exactly do like I wanted it to, so we're going to go back and just have it write that on a piece of paper, so that's no problem. But we're going to cut out our little image here, so we're going to go ahead and put this down on our mat. Our Cricut is ready. So put it down on your mat right at those marks. Press it down really well. And this is a 110-pound cardstock that I printed this out on. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. Now while that is cutting, we're going to go ahead and get our black paper ready to cut that image behind. So here's our black paper. Okay, cut our image out. Let me show you. And I just went ahead and stopped it before it started cutting this out. There is our image. Oh look, it did cut that edge out, isn't that? That was pretty good. A little tiny. So there's our image. Really, really neat. Isn't that cute? And you can go in with markers and make this bolder if you want to. I'll show you that in just a little bit. So we're going to lay that right there. Go ahead and cut our back image. So here's our black portion cut out. So let's show you this on here. So we'll have that little bit of black behind that. I think that looks good. Now we're going to go back and let it cut our, or let it write our image. And I'm just going to put this back on here. We'll have it write it right up here. Okay, now these are the pens that I used. I used this purple one to write with this because she really loves her purple. So I want to show you how well that writes. Look at that. Let's see if I can get the light just right. See there? Isn't that cute? And then we can go back and fill in all of that if we want to. But these pens I got from Cricut, I will link those below as well. Love these colors. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a little extra color on this. And I'm just bringing in my Nuvo Aquaflow markers. I'm going to get this purple, maybe this purple. I just want to put a little extra purple on the top up here. And I think I'm going to put some over here and then use a water brush to bring that in just so that I don't get too much. And this is an Arteza water brush. Very, very fine tip. Love that. So we're just going to pick up a little bit of color. And I'm just going to tap it in between those little white places. And yes, this is fiddly. You don't have to do this. You can leave it just exactly like it is. I don't mind though. This, to me, coloring is relaxing. Don't mind it at all. So you can see what a difference it makes. Now you could go over the whole thing and then go back and draw in your white if you wanted to. But I think I'll just do it this way. I'm just having to just touch it to get that little bit of extra ink on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on all of it, and then we'll come back and we'll do a little bit more. Now I went ahead and brought a little bit in on the door as well, and then I'm going to go back with this very fine tip, and I'm just going to make sure that image is a little bit crisper. I'm going around the edges. And then I'm just going to make some little stripes back down through here, just narrow, make it kind of look like the wood, like was on there. There we go. So we brought that back in. Then I'm going to do the same thing around these, the little castle tops. I'm just going to go with that darker pen right at the bottom just to kind of define those a little bit. Now I'm also going to take this and I'm going to go around these edges where that cut, because that's left a white core border in there and we don't want that white border, so I'm going to go around this, going in from the back side, so when my shaky hand gets wild I won't mess up the front, hopefully. There we go, got that. Then I dropped a little bit of purple right there, so I'm going to go in on here with something. I'm going to clean my water brush off, so I don't want that purple in there. And to clean your brush off, just squeeze a little bit of water through it, and then just wipe it until you don't see any of that color again on there. I'm just going to pull in a little bit of this Distress ink, and this is old paper. I'm just going to squish some right there on my Tim Holtz glass mat. That's what that is made for over there. And I'm going to pull that in just a little bit and see if I can get rid of that purple that I put on there. May not get rid of it completely, but we will disguise it maybe. If not, guess what? We'll add a piece of bling or something on there. Oh, the old paper works good with this. Makes it look even more vintage. Alright, I think that makes it look a lot better. Now, what are we going to do? And I did disguise that purple down there that I messed up. So that's good. Let's go around the edges with this while we've got it out here. And of course, you don't have to do this. You can just print this and put it right down just exactly like it is. I just wanted to give it a little bit more color, so that's the only reason I'm doing this. And then I want to make those windows just a little bit darker. And I think I'll pull in a little bit of Vintage Photo. This is oxide ink to do that. Another little splotch on my mat over here. Now on this right here, on these flags, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this gold. It's a Nuvo gold, and I'm going to make these flags gold, because I think in a castle the flags have to be gold, don't they? Cute. So there we go. Let's see if we can, whoops, let's take autofocus off. Sorry about that. Didn't know that was on. There we go. Isn't that cute? Alright, so that's all we're going to do to our flag. Now we're just going to glue this down on here, and we'll be ready to put this card together. Okay, so there we go for our castle. Go ahead and cut out our words, and I think I am going to go through these and just color in so it makes it a little bit bolder, and I'm just using that fine tip in that purple. So I have a 5x7 card base here, and I'm thinking about putting that down there. This is a scrap and it's not really straight, so let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. Put that down at 4 3/4 or 4.5 by 6.5 to go on this 5x7. So we're going to put that down first. Let's see if I can make a little flag out of that, put up there. I think so. So I'm going to take my scissors. These are the Tim Holtz snips. I'm going to go to the center of that, as close as I can to the center. Just make me a little cut up, and then I'm going to go to each point and just cut that off like that. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to take some Wilted Violet, and I'm going to go around this. So this is the Wilted Violet Distress Ink. And I will link all these inks below. If I don't have them, I will find a store that has them in stock, and I'll link them for you. Cute. All right, we're going to put this up here, and I'm going to put it up on some foam tape. We're going to grab our huge roll out here. This is the Scotch foam tape. Then I'm also going to put my castle up on foam tape. I'm thinking this is going to hold on this glitter, but we're going to put it down. And if it doesn't, I'll heat up my hot glue gun and put some hot glue under there. There we go. Press that down. Now I'm going to roll these little banners up. And the way I do that is I just have a little stick. And I just roll the edges around that stick. Just like that. There we go. Alright, then we'll put this back down on top of there so that it'll stay glued and maybe not break off. Do that right there. Cute. Alright, what else do I want on here? Gotta put some bling on it. You know I do. So I have this little tiny pale purple bling that I have had for a while. I'm just going to use a couple of those. So we'll put one on each end. Just makes it look like it's kind of holding it down. That. And I think that's all that we're going to do on this one. I think that's cute. But that is just how easy it is to pull in those images from the Hungry JPEG and then put them on your Cricut and make a beautiful card. I want to thank Hungry JPEG for giving us this opportunity to work with them on some of their files. Thank them for the files that they have given us to do this. And I will link all the information below for all the files, their information, everything, so that you can go over and check them out. And we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.